Hi, I'm Shep McKinley. I'm a historian and lecturer in the history department at UNC Charlotte. I'm leading a seminar based on the collections at the Levine Museum of the New South. And we're going to look at Charlotte as a New South city, generally looking at the years 1865 to the present. And I want to kind of structure the seminar on Charlotte's growth from a small, not very important town to a major city like it is now, but kind of looking back in the past and looking at some major points, major industries, major people, major things that have happened in the history of Charlotte. At the Levine, as we go around and walk through the exhibit, the Cotton Fields to Skyscrapers exhibit, you'll find that there are 5 major components to that exhibit. And we're going to kind of go from there. We're going to look at the items, look at the documents, the photos, everything that's there, and go from there and look more in depth. So it's broken up into 5 sections, like I said. Farming transformed. So we're looking at the farming of cotton after the Civil War. Race relations are very important, of course, because the end of slavery and the start of sharecropping and tenant farming. And then section 2 is bringing the mills to the cotton. So this is the beginning of the textile industry, and this has had an enormous impact on Charlotte and the surrounding area. So we're going to take a good long look at that. That's roughly the 1880s to the 1930s. The third section is the building of cities, and specifically looking at Charlotte, when Charlotte becomes truly a major city in the 20th century, beginning in 1900, going on to the 1940s. The fourth section is labeled We Shall Overcome, looking from the 1940s to the 1970s, primarily looking at the civil rights movement and how it went down in Charlotte and surrounding communities. So I'm really excited to look at that as well. Finally, the fifth section is looking at the 1970s to the present. It's entitled Whirlwind of Growth, and it looks at the growth of the banks and other exciting things. So using those 5 sections, I want to kind of go in depth and look at some of the more interesting topics. One thing that I want to look at is music. Charlotte had the chance of becoming Nashville, to put it bluntly. It was a major area for recording country music stars, but apparently that didn't fit in with the Charlotte image, and it kind of left the city. Another thing that I want to look at is textile strikes. I hope to go look at the Luray Mill in Gastonia, the site of one of the most famous textile mill strikes in American history, 1929. And I'm going to contact some people to try to get into that building before it's redeveloped and kind of look at the physical structure itself. Also want to get into different neighborhoods in town. The Noda district that was built as a mill village and textile producing community. Some of the African American neighborhoods, primarily just north of downtown, and contrast that with some of the white middle class neighborhoods, such as Myers Park, just to the south. So that's just a small kind of fingernail, or a very small brief sample of what I have in mind, but I look forward to meeting you and getting into this. I think I'm going to learn just as much about Charlotte as you do. And this is, by the way, geared towards people who have lived in Charlotte all their lives and newcomers as well. So I think we're both going to learn a lot. Look forward to meeting you.